Let's see if, hopefully you can hear me. I'll check it before I post this video, but it's the first one I'm doing on my earbuds. So we'll see. I tend to do a lot of videos with my hair up like this. I apologize. This is my walk-in look. I just wanted to hop on real quick because I have been kind of on a little retreat of solitude this last week, where I've been able to have a lot of reflection time and processing time. And for me anyway, and I think for a lot of us, and if you're watching this video, probably for you, unless you just watch because you love my face. But I think for a lot of us, the big stuff is through, the big purging is done. And so, hi Carrie, Carrie's messaging me. The big purging is done, but not like there's this little stuff, right? That's still, I still feel like my ego is like in my face, like, oh no. This is what you're gonna do. And so a lot of soothing the ego and working on that. But I think I just wanted to say that yesterday was a bad day. It's actually been a few bad days as far as physical symptoms and letting them get to me, letting them pull me back down into this lower vibe energy. And it's okay. It's okay to let that happen. At this point, there is no way, if you're on this path, and you know if you're on it, at this point there's no turning back. There's no way that you're going to move backwards or fall back to where you were before. In fact, as we go, I got sap on my hands, just communing with the trees out here. As we up level, the lowest of that new level can feel worse than the lowest point of the previous level, because we've felt the high point, a new high point, and we just want to stay there. And we will get there. We'll figure out how to predominantly, I mean, our lives are going from, and the planet is already there, we're just having to catch up. Our lives are going from mostly crap with moments of joy and bliss. Let's be honest, that's what it's been. If not, then God love you for choosing. You have probably, you're one of the people who have kept the love going, probably the light going. So, but it's going from that, from just kind of trudging along, and then, oh, you get a few moments here and there of fabulousness, to the joy and bliss, and then sprinkled with the, oh, well, that's kind of knocked me down and I need to process that and get back up to where I was. Because we're never done processing. There's always going to be stuff coming in, but we are going to become masters of it. We're going to become, like, people don't, I remember I didn't want to hear, at one point the last thing I wanted to hear was that I'll never be done with this. And it just devastated me the first time somebody said that. Well, you're never going to get to this mythical point you think this life is taking you to. You're never going to get there. And maybe that was the wrong words for her to use. But she said, you're always going to be processing. And I was like, then just take me now. I can't do this. But when you realize that we're processing a lot of stuff, a lot of big stuff, and we've been put on fast forward because we're being helped. We're being helped more than we even realize. We have so much help and so many benevolent beings and energies pulling for us and here helping us, that there's no way we can fail unless we just refuse to listen to them or refuse their help, which is just not even in our nature, I don't think. At this point, we want to be better. We want to evolve as a species, and we want this time of struggle to be over, and it will. And it's actually, we're so close, you guys. We're so close. Like, I can feel it. But like I said, this past week I have been kind of processing the tail end of my last big purge of stuff, and it's got a lot to do with, I did the previous video on releasing emotional attachment to loved ones, to their situations, to their struggles. Not that we will not be compassionate or empathic about it or want to help them or love them, that just the opposite. We have to release feeling it with them, because we are useless to them if we fall into that. And so just imagine, like I think I said this in the other video too about that specifically, just imagine, like I know for me personally, whenever my kids were sick, I would get afraid. I would get afraid that, it's going to turn into something serious, and it's going to, and my mind would go there, and I'd be like, they're dying, they're going to die. They have a headache. Oh, it's a brain tumor. That was my kind of thought processes. So when you can release, and I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there, when you can release that emotional attachment to their situation, you can not only love them on this much deeper soul level, but you can clearly think, and you can clearly reason, and you can clearly, or more effectively, help them through the situation as much as you can. It is their journey ultimately too. So we do what we can. Obviously, as mothers, we do everything we can to get the kids through illness and injury and that kind of thing. So, but when you don't have that fear of it getting worse, or that fear of it being something horrible or turning into something horrible, then they heal a lot quicker, because they feel that energy, that you are just in that knowing that they're going to be fine. It's their journey. They're processing something, and they're going to be just fine. So my arm is starting to hurt. Look at the sun rays on me. Beautiful. So I just wanted to say that it has been, if you're feeling this too, and I know a lot of us are in sync, kind of eerily in sync, right? Like I felt so good when I felt I was coming out of this last really big stuff that really did knock me on my ass, put me in bed a lot of the time, just because I needed to be alone to process a lot of it. But and if you feel like you've fallen back down a little bit, just remember that this new level, you can never fall as far. You can never be pulled down as far as the lowest level of the previous, frequency. And we are only moving up, moving forward in our frequencies. And so it feels like I fell down a little bit, and the physical stuff was starting to get to me. I've got a lot of throat stuff going on. I'm in the process of healing my gut, which is huge. If you have not done that yet, we still are going to need these bodies in this reality. Sorry to tell you. We're not, unless you decide to go live in a cave in Tibet for the next 13 years and to not think one unloving thought, then, congratulations, you will turn into a light body in this life. But unless you're doing that, we need these bodies, and we need to start taking better care of them. And even though I had switched my diet years ago and thought I was eating healthy, I had never gone in and actually healed the damage that had been done the first 42 years. So I'm in the process of doing that, and that can be, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back sometimes. So, and I was letting it get to me, and that's okay. And so this morning I was getting out of bed late, which is good. That's what this week was for. And I almost had to force myself, and if you have to, that's fine. I had to force myself to shift my thinking to, I have to let this be okay. There are some times, not all the time, but there are times during the day where it's a little difficult to swallow, and that's what's going on with me as far as healing my gut. Things are coming up at that end, starting to speak my truth. Very important. I'm trying to do that. Whenever I think of it, I'm trying to do that. And all of it helps, and I know that it's going to heal completely. And I've got an amazing acupuncturist who's helping me through it, and just other amazing energy workers and chiropractor and all this stuff. I'm doing it all. I'm doing everything I can. So I just have to let it be okay where I'm at right now. And where I'm at right now is feeling definitely like I've up-leveled, but not at the top of that level, or not even, I guess, leveled off in that level. I'm kind of sitting at the bottom of it, but it is a new level. So, and I'm going to let that be okay. So if you're feeling that too, just remind yourself that this is a step by step. And we are coming to a quantum leap. We absolutely are coming to a quantum leap. I can feel it. And the thing is we have to be ready for it, because quantum leaps can be very uncomfortable. So these baby step processing crap that's been going on for everybody, it has been to get us to a certain level so that we can easily step into that quantum leap and almost enjoy it. It's going to be like a carnival ride instead of, instead of this trudging through a foot of sand, when it's 150 degrees outside. It's not hot out. I just am trying to make it sound as awful as possible. So it's felt like that, but we got this. We're getting this, and I'm here. I'll be going back to my kids in a few days, and yikes, big stuff. So parenting, yeah, adds a whole new level to this process, doesn't it? We feel like we have to flip-flop between this new frequency and back down to 3D, but we got to remember that the kids are coming too. The kids are evolving and processing stuff too, and so everybody's at a higher frequency. So, it's just, we just have to do the stuff that feels so 3D, like the dishes and laundry and cooking and cleaning and all that stuff, until we can find a way to truly find joy in even those things. So, which, it's coming. It's coming. So hopefully I didn't babble too long. 11 minutes. I better shut up. Okay, so I love you guys. Hopefully 11 isn't too long. Watch it. Maybe there's a nugget of aha in here for you. So I'll see you next time.